Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening, for tuning in. I'm Barbara Joseph, and I am in Central Maine. And tonight, Suzanne Steele from New Hampshire and I are going to present to you a PowerPoint around money matters. And it's so wonderful to have this lovely money tree right in the middle of nature. Money is natural, and it is a part of our life. And it can be a very organic, exciting, and wonderful part. So we all have some basic needs for money, right? Everybody wants a house to live in that's warm and safe and comfortable, a car to drive that's reliable, and then there's going to be the growing family. So there's always more basic needs, and then there's, of course, education. So Zig Ziglar, he really nailed it. Money may not be everything, yet it ranks right up there with oxygen. It's definitely a consumable, and we definitely need it. Suzanne?
So other than those basic needs, many people, if they have some disposable income, will want to spend it enjoying life with others, maybe taking a vacation or two, or maybe helping out the community at large.
Yet what we know are that there's realistically lots of money challenges. People can't really afford to retire. There's really no job security anymore, and I know Suzanne can speak very well to that. I can speak well to the healthcare costs when you have a medical challenge. And then, of course, there's education expenses. And I've met people that are still paying for their college tuition 20 years later. So people are in trouble. They're in debt. The cost of living's going up. And they're desperate and looking for help.
So where are you in this picture? On the left-hand side, you see there's an employee or someone who is self-employed. On the right side, you see a business owner and an investor. The employee, which most of us are or were, you have a job. You are working for someone else, and you really don't have a whole lot of control over your time or your money, the amount of money you make. You see in the lower left, you see someone who's self-employed. That's someone who, it could be an attorney, it could be a doctor in this picture. They have their own practice perhaps, but they're actually just owning their own job. They still are boxed in because if they're not working, they're not earning any income. On the upper right, you see a business owner. It's showing you an example of McDonald's as a particular franchise. It's a system that you own, and people work for and with you. Therefore, you're able to leverage your time through efforts of other people. And then on the bottom right, you see Warren Buffett, who is an investor, and he has money, so that money is now working for him. So first of all, where are you now? And where would you like to be?
So basically, the bottom line is if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. And that's because everyone is doing the trading time for dollars. And it's a very slippery slope where people are all caught up in trying to make ends meet against the time clock, not happy, and stressed out. This is lovely. What if we could create more income right now? I like the sound of that.
So there is something. It's called the gig economy. You can do a little poking around on the internet, and you'll find out that many people are plugging into this. We have a couple of pictures on this slide. Airbnb, largest number of places for people to stay from a hotel standpoint, but it's not a single hotel. These are people who open their homes and have created another source of income. You see the driver wheel with a bag of money. That's representing people who are being drivers on the fly. For instance, the word Uber. You might have taken a ride with an Uber driver or have know someone who does this. They're able to plug in and out as they will. And you see the phone on the lower right. I think probably most everyone owns a phone, a smartphone, and it's changed the way that communication is in this world. So we are participating in the idea of a gig economy where you freelance and move in and out as you need.
You can be an independent contractor, and all you really need is to have a phone. Isn't that amazing, given the old structures that existed, mortar and brick? So NECAN offers some interesting income earning solutions. And one is by connecting with the company, you get to have a website and offer people retail. So you're offering them solutions with technologies that we're really not going to go into very much here, but we cover in detail in other webinars. And these solutions are life-enhancing, recovery, rejuvenating, and your customers will then give you a retail profit, and they are loving what you have to offer them. So you're beginning to earn some extra income. Then, as people are interested in upgrading, they may decide that they want to start to create a team. And there's a wonderful mentoring process that takes place. It's all relationship-based, helping other people achieve their goals and their dreams. And when you do that, you're starting to leverage your time because of a team, and you can compound your income, and everyone is earning more. So your money tree gets to grow a little bit taller. You get to have a little bit more time freedom and begin to work as a network, a community of people that collaborate, people with ideals and visions and dreams and purpose that are part of a global cause and mission. And from there creates a wonderful sense of community, time freedom, financial wealth, and the lifestyle that people desire and deserve.
So you see on this slide a lot of different words. This is what we see, some of the reasons, the NECAN advantage. Barbara just mentioned a number of them. It is about people helping people, and it's something that easily integrates into your life. If you have a job right now, this is something that you can fit in as part of an existing job, whether it be full-time or part-time. I started this when I was working full-time. It allowed me to go as a part-time employee. And then when I was outsourced almost a year ago, I was happy that I had this plan B that has now turned into a plan A. You see also on this slide that you are promoting a worthy cause. And Barbara just mentioned the idea of connecting with others and compounding. And you see in the bottom right this word scalability, no limits. Many people in traditional jobs may feel like they have that where they can't go any further, that glass ceiling. There is no glass ceiling in this particular type of business.
That's fairly exciting. So what do we do? It's a bit of a metaphor here, but we plant seeds, right? We're enriching lives and making a difference in the world with what we have to offer people in terms of health, technologies, purpose and passion, and also prosperity. So the seed is inside. It can't always be seen, but when people start to dream again and envision their life, it can blossom, become a tree that's growing. And then from there, there's that whole opportunity of creating a whole orchard of seedlings and fruit. And that's what we're doing. We're spreading this message, ambassadors of a whole inspired way of living around the world. And from that, we actually are rewarded very generously with profits. So it's basically enriching lives, making a difference in the world as trendsetters of health, purpose, and prosperity, where everyone gets to be the true potential that they are.
So this is part of a bigger mission. We call it the NECAN Wellness Home. Today we're talking about how people earn income. We've mentioned a couple of times about some of these solutions we create these wellness homes, these healthy environments where families, individuals thrive. And you see various different technologies around this home that easily integrate into one's life. Whether you're sleeping, you're awake, you're breathing good air, you're drinking good water, you take these technologies out and about with you, and it makes a huge difference.
It absolutely does. It's a never-ending cycle of health and prosperity with an inspired approach to healthy living. So we will have people share some money stories. I'm going to start. I wanted to share when Suzanne showed the image of the quadrant. So I, like everyone else, had been employed as a greenhouse grower, as a restaurant worker, a chef, and then I became self-employed in the energy healing profession, and I had my own practice, and I opened a school, and I adored what I was doing. And then I realized over time, 25 years, that I still was self-employed and needed to be there. And as I was aging, I was looking for more time, more freedom, a great income, and I still wanted to make a difference in the lives of people in the world. So when I was introduced to Nikan, it was a wonderful fit for me, and I started to earn extra income. Yet 4 years ago, I think I had a major health challenge from environmental toxins. And if I had not had this in place, I wouldn't have had any income at all. So if you don't have your health, you can be fairly certain that you might not have any wealth either. So I found that this has been a great way for me to earn income, and I have more friends, and I've grown so much. It's been just a real pleasure and an honor. So whoever would like to speak next, please unmute yourself. I hear somebody coming.
Everyone, this is Angie, my husband Bob, and as we started, probably 15 years ago, and we were getting that income, and I was home with the kids when they were, when Bob was traveling and growing, and now that we're retired, it gives us that additional income so that we can do some of the things that we want in addition to visiting our grandkids and seeing them, every other month or so, because they're far away. And the NECAN, through the NECAN experience, we help people. We continue to get some income. So it's a very cohesive experience for us.
Thank you, Angie. Sue Ellen, I know you were interested in this as a retirement plan for yourself.
Yes, I was concerned about retiring as a teacher in Maine, even after 30 some years of teaching. And I loved the NECAN products. So at first I got involved because I wanted the products, but couldn't help but share. And eventually the products were being paid for because I was earning money, by sharing this with people. And it is a wonderful way to supplement retirement, helping people feel better, and at the same time making extra money. So it's really a win-win proposition, and you can do it from anywhere, which I also really like because I happen to move around a lot, visiting my grandchildren and friends and family. So it's really a perfect gig, I think, for everybody. And especially nowadays when people are looking for that extra money for a vacation or to go visit somebody or just maybe put a little new addition on the house, whatever it is you want to do. It's wonderful to have this as a way of earning extra income.
Thank you.
Barbara, this is Ann in New Hampshire. And I want to mention that when I first started with NECAN as a consumer of the product, I really liked it. And then I decided that I would embrace it as a business. And I was just looking to make enough income for the year so that I could continue to have massages once a month or so. And that was my goal. Well, funny thing happens that I made enough initially to cover the cost of my expenses and start my business within 3 months, and found that I was using the product so much that I felt like I was getting a massage every night when I went to sleep on my Nikken sleep system. And now my income has gone to the point where what I was making for those 3 months, I'm making in like a week now. And so I'm able to recover the costs of my investments in myself and in my health, and also to make extra money to spend on things that really I might not have had interest in because they were not as important in the necessities of life. So what I like most about it is that every time I share a product, and most of us have said this before, someone else feels good. So I know that I'm worthy of making that profit because someone else is benefiting from it, not just me monetarily.
Absolutely. That was so well stated. And the other thing that's so exciting is when you can help other people feel better, yet you can also help other people feel better with extra income as we are growing our community. So it really is, like Sue Ellen said, a win-win situation. So we have time for one other person if they're interested.
Well, I don't have too much to add, but I mean, I've been a consultant for a month now, and I got my first paycheck, which was great, and it's exciting. But the best part about it is that you don't feel like you are selling something that's not worthwhile, or you don't feel like you're trying to get people to buy into something that's not going to benefit them. Because if they listen and they learn and they decide to invest in Nikken, then it's a win-win. All the products that I've had so far and have tried, I love, and I'm looking forward to getting more. So I can only imagine that others that do try the Nikken products would feel and do the same. So, it's kind of an organic thing. You try the water, you're like, oh, that's really good. Let me try this, and then everybody wins. So I really love it.
Wonderful. Thank you. So as you can tell, we're on a mission, and we are looking for other people who would like to carry on with us, younger people, people of other countries and ages, because we've got something that's really valuable and that everyone needs in order to be healthy, in order to have the basic needs, but also that disposable income so that they can live generously and graciously and genuinely. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to answering your questions and seeing you next week.